What's going on, everyone? How are you guys doing? It is March 8th, 2021, and we are here tonight for the WWE Raw post show. It's Monday. You know what that means. It must be Monday. What a brutal show tonight. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's show down in the chat here. Did you guys like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know down in the chat. How are you doing, King Aladdin? Good to see you again. Good to see you again. Glad to see you sticking around. Hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Leroy, how are you doing? I saw first Anthony, DJ as well. Matthew Stewart, Obi James. I saw it first. Basili, always good to see you guys as well. Wubsy, how are you? Miley Man, JVOJ, Flash, Hoodie. How are you guys doing? Hoodie says, hashtag 3 hours of Raw have been wasted. Brutal. Yes. Yes, it has, man. Yes, it has. Shane says Black Ink 3, Orton 0. Yeah, man. Sucks to be Orton. Sucks to be Orton. ID says show was medium, not so good, not so bad. I thought that tonight had some pretty good good matches, but they didn't really connect, and I don't really think that they lead to anywhere important, if I'm being honest with you. I saw first as I fell asleep the second hour, no joke. I was in the same boat as you, my friend. I was in the same boat. I didn't actually fall asleep, but I wanted to. I'm very tired. Very tired. Andre says hello. Shane forgot his promo. No, so they did that on purpose. They did that all on purpose. It was supposed to be a way for people to hate Shane and like Braun Strowman. I don't think any of it connected because I think we all just hate Shane and we hate Braun Strowman as well. So so I'm not quite sure that the connection was there, if I'm being honest with you. Rocco says, how do you watch all 3 hours? It's brutal, man. It is brutal. I really I don't want to do it. I don't want to watch a show anymore. I really don't. But this is what I do now. So here I am, I guess. Fuck, I don't know. Also, weren't we supposed to have some sort of almighty championship celebration or something like that? We didn't see that. I would have liked to have seen more Bobby Lashley tonight, if I'm being honest with you. The Hurt Business is the best part of Monday Night Raw, and they weren't really on the show that much. Bobby Lashley retains his championship against The Miz. No surprise there. And then Shelton Benjamin gets screwed. Gets screwed. You hate to see it, man. Flash says Lashley killing it. Drew for Sheamus was great until the end, and then pure crap. No filler. Yeah. Oh, no filter. No filter. Yeah. Yeah, it was brutal, man. Marcel says, so who's Bobby facing at Fastlane? He has no opponents. Well, do you think that they'll just put them all together? Do you think they'll do Bobby versus Drew versus Sheamus at Fastlane? Andre says, Jesus Christ, my brain shut down during that segment and then immediately restarted. I wish I could say the same. I think I lost 5 brain cells from that. Joshua says, glad to see Papa Shango returning with his infamous voodoo puking gimmick. Yeah, I mean, it's too much at this point. It was cool the first time, but I'm ready. I'm ready for something new. I'm so tired of seeing the same thing over and over and over and over again. We need stuff to be new, and especially with The Fiend, it's so repetitive. It's always the same thing over and over and over again. This time, Randy Orton wasn't backstage. He was just standing in the ring. Same thing. Alexa Bliss in the pentagram or whatever with the box. What? Oh my God, my stupid Alexa. No, sorry. No, stop. You stop. Shush. Oh my God, I hate this thing. I hate this thing so much. Shut up. Okay, there we go. It's off. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with the whole toy and all that. It was just in a different area. Like, I'm so ready to see something new. And if they're just going to bring the Fiend back just for him to do the same shit that he's been doing this whole entire time, like, I have no interest in it. And that's a shame because I feel like, honestly, like, I feel like I'm one of the biggest Fiend fanboys in the world. And even I am irritated. Like, even I am just over all of this. I'm over it. All right, let's see here. Basili says, and who came up with the Sheamus versus McIntyre no DQ match, but ended in no contest? Like, really? That's as dumb as Seth Rollins losing in the. Oh, I can't say the rest of that. I can't do it. Can't bring myself to do it. I don't get it either, man. I don't understand it. Like, I get that it's kind of cool and stuff like that, but maybe not have it be a no DQ match. Maybe have something else. Maybe have them like attack each other and just like have the sheer brutality of them just beating the hell out of each other, not actually in a match, something like that, you know. And I think that people these days, especially like just hardcore WWE fans, they're really just conditioned to believe that the only way to continue a feud right now is to just wrestle. Like, it's impossible to continue a feud without wrestling. Like, there's tons of other things that they could have done here, tons of them, and they refuse to do them. King, I'm not sure why you're telling everyone to quit complaining, but that's what we're here for. We're here to criticize the show. We're here to talk about what we love, what we hated. It's what we do. Marcel says, get this, WWE fans, this show was better than Revolution. This show was not better than Revolution at all. Man, people are crazy, man. People are crazy. I can't believe how many people I've seen today that were like, AEW is dead. There's so many people that believe that like all of a sudden AEW is just going to be bankrupt and no one's going to watch the show on Wednesday. I'm sorry, but they're probably going to have just as many viewers as they had before, if not more, this Wednesday. This will not affect them at all. Of course, they'll just be memed, and they deserve it. And, you know, I disagree with, you know, we were live when the media scrums were happening, so I wasn't able to really listen to them or talk about them, and I still haven't listened to them, but I did hear some of the stuff. And they asked Tony Khan about it, and he said that Kenny Omega was the one that built the ring, so he's just a shitty engineer. And I really wish that he wouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. I like the transparency from Tony Khan, and I really wish that he would have just been like, hey, something didn't work. Like, it didn't go off. It didn't look as we planned it. Like, it didn't go off as we planned. We expected there to be more explosions or pyro. The visual just didn't come across from what we expected. I don't know. Anything is fine. I don't care. Just let us know. And then you could say, hey, but, you know, Kenny was the one that built the ring or something like that. Just so that we know. Like, I like the transparency from Tony Khan, so I thought that was a little bit disappointing. Marcel says kayfabe. Yeah, but he's so honest through everything, you know, like he was talking about how he was pissed that Aladdin, you gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill, man. I don't know why you're being so defensive here. This show was shit, okay? That's just the way it was. I'm sorry. But yeah, anyways, he was talking about like how pissed he was that Pharaoh got like scared and all that. Like, I love the transparency from Tony Khan, so it was just it's disappointing to not see him keep that energy on that. With that being said, like, I don't think that the explosion is the end of the world. Sure, it was terrible. Yes, it was one of the worst endings to a pay-per-view. Absolutely, I completely agree with all of that. At least it wasn't a part of the match, so I don't feel like it took away from the match, but I feel like the criticisms are justified. I don't think that AEW is going anywhere. Their shows will be fine. Their viewership will be fine. It'll be strong as ever. So yeah, there you go. There you go for that one. And I saw a lot of people were talking like, they're like, oh, I'm so disappointed, you know, for these explosions on the the ropes, the barbed wire and stuff like that. But did you guys really expect them to like blow their limbs off? Like they hired these people, right? You know, they have to continue working. So blowing Jon Moxley's leg off doesn't really bode best for them. You know what I mean? Anthony says every show has some bad parts. Absolutely. 100%. No one is ever perfect. No one is ever perfect. And you know, it's always about making your errors, fixing them, and just moving on. That's what it's always just about that. Always about that. Okay, let's see here. Marcel says that Shane and Braun segment, my God, yes. Oh, man, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen. And keep in mind, we just witnessed that explosion stuff 24 hours ago. Corey says, wasn't a good show, wasn't a great show. It was an explosive, drizzling shit show. Nice. I see what you did there, my friend. I see what you did there. Rocco says, no weekly Dynamite viewer is going to stop watching over that like it's wrestling. The shit happens all the time. If WWE can survive a DQ in a Hell in a Cell. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I think the people that are complaining, saying that no one will watch, are probably the people that weren't watching in the first place. And who cares? Who cares? Leroy says, I didn't watch Raw tonight. Watch Harry Potter instead. I think you made a great choice. And it's a shame, man, when you look at the matches that happened tonight. Where's my thing? Some of the matches that happened tonight. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in a no disqualification match. That's big. Shelton Benjamin versus Xavier Woods. I would consider that big. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. I would consider that big as well. Big matches. And, you know, Bobby Lashley versus The Miz was good for what it was. I liked it. I think the first 30 minutes of the show was great. I didn't mind it at all. James says, conspiracy theory. Black Wednesday was on tax day, 4/15. So the people who were fired were the people who refused to pay their taxes. Huh? What do you mean? What? Marcel says, it's so funny that WWE produced that Shane and Braun segment, and that's the new center of attention online. Dude, it was so bad. And I saw on Fightful Select that they intended to do that. The intention was to make people not like Shane McMahon, because in turn, I guess that would just make them like Braun Strowman. But I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you cannot like both of them. And I'm pretty sure that's where most people are. Braun Strowman hasn't been interesting in years. His new character, his gimmick get-up thing is not good either. And the dude is shredded. Like, he looks incredible. They need to find something for this guy to do that isn't terrible. Because everything they give him is god-awful. God-awful. Raphael says, the people making the biggest deal of it are the people that didn't even watch the show. It's the WWE fanboys that literally pray that AEW screws up so they can make fun of them. Yeah, I never quite understand that. Like, I get the whole thing, you know, like if you're generally not interested in something, I don't know why people pay attention to them. But there's just so many people that hover around things just to tell them that they suck. Like, even for me, like, there's so many people on my Instagram that will just tell me that they hate me and that my opinion sucks, but they'll continue to follow me and they'll continue to say the same thing for like 4 months. And it's like, dude, you know, like, I'm not this like huge $1 billion show that you've watched for 25, 30 years. You can just go away if you don't agree. Like, you don't, I don't know. I don't get it. Obi James says Strowman should be like Lance Archer. There you go. There you go. Acceptable says the Braun Strowman hype train left the station back in 2017 after No Mercy. Yes. Yes. James says, wait, never mind. Last year's tax day was delayed until July. Yeah, I didn't do my taxes until like stupid late. Like really, really, really late in the year. It was crazy. I hate taxes. I hate taxes so much. It's the worst. Punk says Bobby Lashley's Neutron is lit. Yeah, I liked it. His appearance tonight was fantastic. I really like what they're doing with Bobby. It seems like they're going all in on him. So Hopefully that doesn't, or hopefully that means that Drew McIntyre doesn't dethrone him. Because, man, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all. The ultimate heel, Philip Johnson, is here. My friend says, hi, the Nexus return at WrestleMania 37. The man is here. Man is in the building. Adal says, no hype for Mania. Sad face, yep. Yep. That's true. I'm sorry. But first, before we get to no hype for WrestleMania, we have to get to no hype for Fastlane, because no one cares. Who cares about a Fastlane, man? Daryl says, Daryl has arrived. How's it going, my friend? Always good to see you. Anthony says, AOW, now everyone is a simp for Reginald. Man, poor Reginald. Getting carried out by Big Oof tonight. James says, Bobby Lashley has the entrance of a god. I liked the Thunder stuff. Like, I thought that was really cool. Really, really, really cool. Rocco says, this like Joe Keith guy that that just leaves hate comments on your post kept sending me weird DMs today. Yeah, I blocked him. I blocked that guy because he was sending me weird stuff too. And like, just leave me alone. I don't care. Just please go away. Just leave me alone. I'm chilling. I'm always just chilling. All right. So like, don't send me your weird hate mail because I'm not going to reply and I'm not going to give you what you want either because I just don't care. Marcel says, is there a feud for Mania that is hot? None seem to have any fire. Nope. I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, I mean, if they do end up doing AJ Styles and Triple H, I'd probably be pretty hyped for that. I think that would be pretty good. Edge and Roman Reigns will probably be pretty good, but I don't know. It doesn't feel that important anymore. It really doesn't. We haven't seen Edge. He hasn't been wrestling or doing anything like that. It just doesn't feel very important. Maybe they should have stretched that out a little bit longer, perhaps. Matthew says the best match at Mania will probably be Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. You know, I really wanted this match. I really wanted Belair and Banks. I said that was a main event caliber match. See what I did there? And now I'm still excited for Bianca Belair, but it's not connecting. They're not doing what they should be doing to make all of this stuff happen. They're still putting them in tag teams and trying to give them the women's tag team championships. Why? Why though? Like, I don't know. I don't get that whole, like, they must team up and they must unite. But it's like, just let them feud. Matthew says, I mean, from a pure wrestling standpoint, yeah, I agree. It could be really good. And I hope it is. I hope it is. I think that Edge and Roman Reigns will still be good in a wrestling standpoint. But I don't know, man. It's all really shaping up to be a bunch of rematches, which is why we talk about things. And that's why I criticize some of these things that we go through. Like, sure, Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus was great tonight. Match was good. The ending, terrible. Okay. I thought the ending was terrible. But if the goal is to continue on to have this match at Fastlane, who cares? We've seen it so much. To me, this isn't building up this feud whatsoever. Sheamus attacking Drew McIntyre backstage, perfect. Perfect. Sheamus should have attacked Drew McIntyre backstage and just went home. That's it. What a heel move. Beat the hell out of him and says, all right, bro, peace. I'm going to go home. I'm going to get you some dinner. I'm going to do whatever it is that Sheamus does. I don't know what the hell he does. I'm going to go work out some more or something like that. And then Drew McIntyre's just pissed off. He can't do anything. He's stuck here on Raw. He can't do anything against Sheamus because he's gone. So maybe you have Drew McIntyre take on someone lower on the card and just kind of beat the hell out of him for like 5 or 6 minutes. Something like that. Maybe you have them go face to face with each other next week. Can't touch each other though. Can't touch each other. Save the matches for the pay-per-views. That's how you make things feel so important. And that's why none of these pay-per-views ever feel important. It's because we've already seen these matches. And sure, they can always put on great matches, but at the end of the day, we've already seen them. They're not special anymore. Takes away a lot from them. Rocco says, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like the Mania card will be short. Yeah, for being 2 nights, yeah. I mean, they might have to throw together a lot of stuff. Jeremy says, with the Thunder and Bobby's entrance fake? Well, I mean, of course. They made it happen. D&M Travel says, I honestly thought this show was decent, but this feud with Fiend and Orton is making me lose patience. Just bring back the Fiend already. Yeah, I agree. I think it's been too long. It's been way too long. And my whole problem with all of it is just recycled. It's just the recycled stuff over and over and over again. It's the same thing every single week. And then they'll change it up once and they'll do the same thing. They've been doing this black liquid coughing stuff for weeks now. Weeks. And it's uninteresting. Taking the Fiend out of the picture and putting in Alexa Bliss was really cool at first. Really cool. But then they just did the same thing week after week after week. And now it's stale. It's old. We're ready to see the Fiend come back and just move on and be done with it. I saw first says March 16th, Mania tickets go on sale for a 5-hour Raw SmackDown event. Ooh, good Lord. Not really buried. Matthew says, how pointless is it going to be if the Fiend returns and Orton buried him again? I would hope that they don't do that. Elver says, thoughts on the new Raw journalist, Kevin Patrick. No problem with Kevin Patrick. Shout out to him for getting a job with the WWE. Joshua says, watch the IC title match steal one night. Apollo Crews versus Big E. But I mean, that goes with the same thing though. We've seen that match 5 times already. In a row. 2. All of this, like, I don't forget these things. So they really make these feuds less interesting to me. They really do. Andre says Sheamus to McIntyre can't touch this. There you go, man. It's just, I feel like they have a creative team, right? Why not be creative? Have some fun with it. Do some interesting things. Try some things. They tried some things with Raw Underground, you know, like, cool, do some stuff, but then when they don't connect, make them go away. We all knew that Raw Underground wasn't working in week 1. But, you know, they could have gave it a month and then just left. They didn't have to run it for 3 months or whatever it was. Try new things. Make things work. Make things interesting. Make people care. And I think that's the most interesting thing to say about all of this is make people care. Because right now, I couldn't care less about anything in WWE. The only really, really good thing that they have for them is Roman Reigns. That's about it. Hurt Business and Roman Reigns. And, you know, at least with Roman Reigns, they stretch him all throughout the 2-hour show. Bobby Lashley was on TV for 10 minutes tonight. Could have used a lot more Bobby Lashley. Could have used a lot more Hurt Business. They advertised an almighty championship celebration. Why didn't they have that? Why not? Take up 10 minutes of our time. And something interesting. I mean, God, the first hour of the show was just one match. I don't get it. Rocco says the thing is they don't need Orton to wrestle to build this feud. There's so many different ways. Yeah, and I mean, you have the Fiend and Alexa Bliss who supposedly have some sort of superpowers. They can do whatever the hell they want. We saw Bray Wyatt inside of Randy Orton's body in the TV. Like, if you can have a person that could literally give you whatever it is you want, you can do whatever you want with the Fiend and Alexa Bliss. And the best thing that you have is have Randy Orton coughing up black liquid for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and having Alexa Bliss just sitting inside of a pentagram. Come on. Christoph says, when will Andrade return? Please let me know. Man, I hope soon. I hope soon. I don't quite understand why he's not on the show. I really don't. It's a huge shame. King says Alexa Bliss plays crazy very good. I agree. I think that, there's a lot of people that don't like her being in that and stuff like that, but I disagree. I really like it. It's enjoyable to me. And she's killing it. Absolutely killing it in that role. But just to see the same thing over and over and over again, it's just, it takes a toll. It really takes a toll. Really does. Jeremy says, where did you hear that information about NXT moving to Peacock on Tuesdays? So they'll be moving to Tuesdays, but staying on USA. I did make a YouTube post about that a while ago, and I accidentally put Peacock. I was just like brain dead writing. I did not mean to put Peacock. So Tuesdays on USA. Tuesdays on USA. And, before we even get into the show tonight, let's talk about Peacock. Let's talk about Peacock for a second. Manish says, how many fans will be there for Mania? I think it's like 20 or 25,000. I think. Somewhere around then. Anthony says, not going to lie, I feel what needs to happen with Bliss need to forget about Randy, and Bliss need to get put in matches to see what she is made of with this new Fiend character. Yeah, I would agree. Andre says, exactly. Do the celebration right after the match with The Miz. Yeah, why not? Why not? That would have fit in just fine to me. Eddie says, one thing that I hate is why are they doing heel versus heel matches? First, we had Bobby versus The Miz. Now, maybe at WrestleMania 37, we're going to get Shane versus Braun Strowman. So the whole idea for that, like I was saying, is they want you to like Braun. So Braun is supposed to be a face. Basili says, guys, hear me out. Hear me out. Let Reginald manage Apollo Crews if he's going to do the Nigerian Prince gimmick. I mean, would that fit? He's like a French dude. Rocco says, I don't even think Roman is as good as people think. He's getting stale to me. I mean, I could see people getting irritated with it. It is very, very similar. They do the same thing all the time with Roman. But for me, I do still find it interesting at this point. Rocco says the Peacock move is bad. Yes, I completely agree. And I do want to talk about that a little bit. I do. Raphael says, I agree that Alexa has done a good job, but I actually much preferred the Fiend when he was on his own. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Cool with that too. Punk says Raw Women's Championship is dead. Yes, pretty much, man. It has been for a while. Jeremy says you should do an NXT post show this Wednesday. It might be very interesting. I will not be doing an NXT post show. I will be doing a Dynamite post show, but we will be talking about some things that happen on NXT for sure. And then when NXT does move over to Tuesday nights, we will probably do an NXT post show as well. As long as the people are there for it, I'm totally down to do the post shows for that. No problem. It'll be so refreshing to be able to actually sit there and enjoy NXT and to sit there and enjoy AEW. Those are my two favorite wrestling shows on every single week. And it sucks that I have to watch both of them at the same time and miss bits and pieces of them. I hate that. So I'm very excited to be able to just watch NXT on Tuesday and Dynamite on Wednesday. It's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Leroy says today was National Women's Day and there was only one women's match tonight on Raw. Yes. Yep. About an 8-minute match. Happy National Women's Day. Here's your one match. Oh, God. Elver says Roman will probably keep the Universal title on him till next year's WrestleMania, and I think Big E should be the guy to beat him. Cool, I'd be down for that. If they built Big E up enough, sure. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome. Big E as Universal Champion would rule. Absolutely rule. Andre says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday post shows. Can't wait. Yeah, it's gonna be brutal, man. Just wait for WrestleMania week. WrestleMania week's gonna be crazy. There'll be a show on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then there will be a show again on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll have Thursday off and then Friday. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. King Latin says Matthew Stewart, Asuka got injured. Yeah, I mean, but let's not pretend that Asuka was here before doing anything of importance with the Raw Women's Championship. Nothing. Rocco says April 7th to April 14th, you will have a post show every day. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. I think so, man. If not, it's going to be very, very close. And, I'm going to have to do an NXT TakeOver predictions video and a WrestleMania predictions video as well. Whew. Lots and lots and lots of content to create and consume. Consume as well. Marcel says, where was Bad Bunny and Damian Priest? No Damian Priest tonight either. They did talk about Bad Bunny, though, about him getting a Grammy or something like that, performing. Manish says, did you see what Cody said when NXT moves to Tuesdays? They are going to send a message on Dynamite, another shot at WWE. They need to move away from taking shots at them. I disagree. I think it's fun. There's no foul in a little bit of fun here and there. And you have to realize that all of these people are friends with each other. You think Finn Balor's mad when his friends over in AEW take shots at NXT? No. They don't care. They're all friends. It doesn't matter. It's all fun and games. Manish says it's fun when it's both sides. See, here's the difference. You may not think that it's not coming from both sides, but it 100% is. Just because Triple H doesn't say something or someone doesn't say something on NXT doesn't mean that they're not doing other things. They counter AEW to shit. If AEW ever has a show on, you guessed it, NXT's got one on too. If AEW's running a special show, guess what? NXT just revived an old WCW pay-per-view name, and they're going head to head, where they've got 3 championship matches on the card. Manish says, I saw Shotzi's tweet yesterday. I know. Yeah, so it's all fun and games. Like, I don't take any of it seriously. I enjoy it. When Triple H said that, when they had that like DX thing, that reunion, and Billy Gunn was actually there, which was crazy. And Triple H said like, hey, didn't that pissant t-shirt company hire you? Like, that was great. That was good. I love that. Like, I love stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I don't take any of this too seriously. I'm just here for a good time. FQ, Drew McIntyre should retire. They're ruining him. I disagree. I think Drew McIntyre is doing some of the best work he's done in the past year. Rocco says they all wrestled in PWG for years. I don't think they care at all. Yeah, they're all friends. Like, who cares? Raphael says people act like they don't use NXT to counterbook AEW and that WWE didn't ban AEW merchandise from the Thunderdome. That and like their faces and all sorts of stuff like that. Like, of course they are. They're doing all sorts of stuff too. And they the Young Bucks made t-shirts out of them, but they had those. God, I can't remember what it was. I think WWE had some sort of documentary or something like that. And in that video, they showed the people working on the Thunderdome stuff, and they had like the faces of Matt and Nick Jackson on there saying that they were banned from being up there. Them and like Chris Benoit, I think. So they made shirts out of them. I think it's funny. Rocco says T-Bar called my man Sammy Guevara a virgin. Like, that's not that deep. They can take shots. But you see, even that one seemed like he was trying to be offensive. Like, T-Bar actually tried to come at Sammy Guevara and then realized that he got handed the biggest L of his life and then like retracted it and like deleted everything. And then he was like crying about the revival. Oh, that was funny. That was really funny. But all the fun and game stuff, I like. It's all fun and games. I enjoy it. Miley Man says, well, it's the Braun show, and damn, all his segments were trash. Yeah, I can't stand it. Ayan says AJ Styles has no direction. He should face Triple H at Mania. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I think that would be a really, really good match. And I think it would be pretty easy to get to. And I mean, they have to be protecting AJ Styles for something. They have to be. And actually, let me pull up this tweet here from Sean Ross Sapp, because he does a really good job at he's either looking this shit up or he just remembers it. I don't know, but he's very good with some stats. He says AJ Styles has won 13 of his last 14 one-on-one matches and hasn't been pinned in one since October 2nd of 2020. And you know, I think that on top of it, I think it would really help if they mentioned that. Why don't they mention that on TV? Why not play up to that? That would be great. Absolutely great. Marcel said, oh, hold on. Scroll down. Marcel says, did you see Dax's tweet on Gable? 2 months left. Yes, I actually posted that earlier because I thought it was pretty crazy. Chad Gable was tweeting at Otis. I'm not quite sure why. I'm not quite sure if it's Otis's birthday or not. If it is, happy birthday, Otis. He said, you are my number one guy. And Dax said, wait, what's all this number one talk? I know you're not allowed to respond to me publicly for about 2 more months, but come on, man. He's your number one? Man, if Chad Gable left WWE and went to AEW, whew, hell yeah, that would be awesome. Absolutely amazing. Jeremy says, do you play Fortnite? I do not. No, sir. No, sir. I have not played Fortnite since like it came out. It's been a while. Oh, I see you, Anthony. I see you, my friend. He says AJ Styles versus Triple H would be such good shit. And I agree. Matthew says, what if AJ and Omos fought at Mania? I don't know. That'd be kind of weird. I mean, I'd be down for it if they could tell the story, but AJ Styles losing to someone who's only had like a match before, I think would be kind of crazy. I saw first says Keith Lee Twitter post saying how much he misses the guys. What is WWE doing with this guy? I saw that, man. Oh, it killed me. It kills me. Let me go get it. Let me go get it. Just so that I make sure that it's actually like word for word what he says. Keith Lee. He said, I miss you guys too. Just know that. I really wonder what the problem is. I really do. I hope all is good with Keith Lee. I really do. Matthew says that thumbnail, brother. How could you see this and not instantly think, this is top tier thumbnail quality? I need this. This is the best high quality content that I could ask for. Father Rollins says, I will bless you all to see Triple H versus AJ Styles. Thank you so much, Father Rollins. Thank you so much. You were great. You were great. Manish says that would be a great signing. It would, man. It would. And you know what? Let me tell you something really quick. People might be upset about this, but I'm telling you anyways. I would love to see it. If Chad Gable leaves WWE and ends up in AEW, how crazy would it be if AEW was like, Chad Gable, we see you, you rule, we know what needs to happen with you, so not only have we brought you in, but we've also brought in your mentor, Kurt Angle. Oh, it would be so good. So good. Kurt Angle managing Chad Gable. Everything you could have ever dreamed for. Oh my God, it would be so amazing. Marcel says, did you see Dave Meltzer's tweet subtle? No, I didn't. I guess I'll go look, I guess. Manish says, bruh, stop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me search for Dave Meltzer here. That's fantasy booking for you? Oh man, it would be so good. Oh, Marcel, are you talking about you ever have days when you have to write a TV show and you just have no ideas? Is that what you're talking about? That's definitely what it felt like. Rocco says, I'm surprised they haven't announced Christian for Dynamite. Yeah. I'm kind of amazed at that too. I think it's just kind of obvious. Oh, so yeah, I did see that. I did see that. D and M Travel says, I'm surprised that Eddie Kingston pulled a face turn. I don't know how he'll do as a face, but we'll see what he can do. It'll be very interesting to see what they do to try to save face on Wednesday for Dynamite for the explosion. Marcel says, and he knows that they wrote the show super late. I don't understand how you could have such a huge TV show on top of the cable charts every single week, and yet you don't always have a solid plan for it. How? Like, I don't understand. I would have this stuff booked weeks, if not months, in advance. This would be a giant chessboard for me. I would be making moves and I'd be making things happen. I wouldn't just be playing checkers and just try to, just try to get a couple viewers for the night or just try to entertain people for the night. It's always about the long game. It's always about getting viewers more frequently to stick around for the entire show, to come back next week. No one cares if you bring in Stone Cold for a 10-minute segment. Yes, you're going to peak your viewership, but what are you going to do for next week? They're gone. And to be honest with you, they're gone after that segment. So you should always be focusing on stars. You should always be focusing on some logic. And you should always be building people up. It's crazy. OB James says Raw only announces 2 or 3 things in a 3-hour show. So something to note that I've kind of noticed lately is that if they don't announce like very much for Raw, it's all rematches. All rematches. Miley Man says, I'll likely be seeing that Drew face in my nightmares tonight. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Manish says, man, Eddie can pull off anything. I wasn't a fan of his until I saw his bits on BTE. That man could cut a promo on a wooden stick. He's that good. Yeah, and his feud with Jon Moxley was so good just because of his promos. I felt it. I felt all of that. Like, the passion, the like intensity, all of that stuff. You could just feel it, and it makes you believe. He believes, I believe, and then it's like, damn, okay, I'm invested. I got to see this. It's so good. If you will, it is such good shit. D&M says, what if Keith Lee joins the Hurt Business, turns on Riddle, and becomes the U.S. champion? I'm down for that. I would love to see Keith Lee join the Hurt Business if they can make him fit in there somehow. James Wheeler says, make your attempt at doing the longest such good shit voice ever with delaying the she as long as you can. I don't think that would be good for here because I can make it go for a long time. I'm pretty good at holding it. Matthew says Raw would benefit so much from a 2-hour show. It really would. Elver says if they hadn't stopped pushing Aleister Black, I think he would have been challenging for the WWE title at Mania this year. Sure. I would love to see that. It's a shame that, they have all of these really extremely talented people, but they don't use them for anything. Ricochet is incredible. And now, when Ricochet's on TV, no one cares. No one cares to see Ricochet. It's sad. Because Ricochet rules. Absolutely rules. Aleister Black, like, how can you not, like, I can tell you, I can look at Aleister Black and I can say, damn, I need this dude on my show. Like, come on. Hop on over here. How do they not see the star power in him? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anthony says, not gonna lie, I miss Titus Worldwide. Oh God. Titus Worldwide, Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews, and Dana Brooke. Wow. It's crazy. Matthew says, Ricochet and Aleister Black got to get out of there. They really do, man. They really, really do. They would excel so much somewhere else. And it sucks to always just be like, hey, this person should go to AEW. But like, those are two people that should go to AEW. Like, really bad. Like right now. Like yesterday, to be honest. Obi James says Ricochet never recovered from the Lesnar match. Yeah, not really. It's crazy how you can't see so much potential in him, even when you have him on your own company in NXT. Like, come on. I don't get it. Like, these people are all here for a reason, right? So at some point, at some time, someone saw them and was like, damn, we need this guy on our show. So someone, maybe Vince, was watching Ricochet do 10,000 flips and doing all of this crazy stuff and said, hey, you know what? I want him on Monday Night Raw. That would be fantastic. And then he gets there and then they say, hey, you know that cool flippy stuff that you do? The flippy dippies? Don't do that here. We don't like the flippy dippies on Raw. We just want you to get squashed in 3 minutes. That's about it. No flippy dippies here. I know that's why we love you and why we care about you so much, but you can't do that. You can't do that. And then it's like they take this person that you fell in love with, they strip them of every single thing that you love. And then it's like, what now? Now Ricochet's on main event. Like, okay. Ricochet should be a huge star somewhere. And I can guarantee you, if there is a day where Ricochet and Aleister Black do go to AEW, I bet they'd be huge. 100%. Ryan says, I'm so tired of the repetitiveness in the Orton and Fiend Alexa feud. Me too, my friend. Me too. Molly Man says, hold on, let me get ready for this one. He says, if Brock didn't destroy Ricochet at that last Super Showdown event last year, he would have been pushed to the moon. King Aladdin says, Ricochet was Prince Puma in Lucha Underground. He was. Yes, he was. And I believe Prince Puma was the first Lucha Underground champion. Crazy. I saw first says, I'm calling on Jason Jordan to produce a better Raw show or get back in the ring. I hope Jason Jordan's able to get back in the ring, man. That would be so cool. Obi James says it was so cringe when they called Ricochet WWE's resident superhero. Eddie says Aleister Black and Ricochet would fit perfectly in AEW with all the high-flying superstars. Yes, they would. Marcelo says Ricochet was a star everywhere except on the main roster. Yeah, what does that tell you, man? Just being so out of touch. So out of touch. It's crazy. James says, oh man, Randy Orton be sending every legend he injured to AEW. First Matt Hardy, then Paul White, and now Christian Cage. All Elite Wrestling is the legend revivers. There you go. Thank you, Randy Orton. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. D&M says Reginald has to be, in my opinion, the simp of WWE. First Carmella, Sasha, and now Nia. Yep. It's such a weird thing to have on your roster too. Like, really? And like, let's not forget that Kalisto was a Sasha Banks simp for like 2 weeks too. Before that just like magically disappeared. Like, this stuff is so weird. So weird. Basili says, oh, I can see it now. Ricochet versus the Bastard Pack feud or Rey Fenix. Dude, Rey Fenix versus Ricochet in AEW would be insane. Absolutely insane. Flash says Prince Puma versus King Cuerno matches were amazing. Do you know who was King Cuerno? That was Santos, right? Santos Escobar in NXT, right? My fiance used to watch Lucha Underground. I never really watched it though, but I have seen some of it. I do want to watch it. Like, I do want to go back and watch it, but I I don't know. I really don't want to support them. Maybe I'll just stream them. You know what I mean? So I'm not like supporting them. But I've always been so interested. I think it's a really cool idea. Really, really cool idea. It's a shame that they were a bunch of assholes though. Leroy says Ricochet has what it takes to be main eventer, but he needs two things to happen: for WWE management to see it, and he needs better promo skills. I mean, you could always just stick him with someone else though. Like, I don't think that every single person in the world has to be The Rock on the mic. They could just be decent, you know? Raphael says, am I the only one that feels like they botched the ending, really overshadowed a fantastic moment? Seeing Eddie Kingston come out to save his old friend, even though they're rivals, was cool. Yeah, it really took away from it. It did. Anthony Torres says, are you a simp? Oh, man. I am a simp for Tian Shaw. Tian Shaw, my favorite. I love her so much. She's my favorite. So good. I hope she's on NXT this week. I'm so excited. I love it. I saw first says, hey, Vince, if you're happy and you know it, slap your thigh. Still can't believe they removed it. Yeah, so it's something that we haven't talked about yet. I've seen it, but I still haven't read into it for all the stuff, if there even is more to it. But yeah, WWE has banned thigh slaps. No more slapping the thigh for the cool sound effects on your super kicks, your knees. None of it. Which is really weird. Just do your camera angles better. I don't get it. Rocco says you can't really support it anymore. They don't make any money from anything. They don't make any money from like streaming rights though. Because don't they have it somewhere? It's on something. Stream Lucha Underground. I mean, hey, if they don't get paid for it, then I'll watch it. Oh, it's on Tubi. And Tubi's free. Hey. Nice. Hell yeah. How many seasons? But they got all of them? Damn, they got them all. All right. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, you can watch them all for free on Tubi. I think you just got to sign up for it. All right. I'm going to sign up for Tubi. Cool. Who said that, by the way? Where was that? Rocco. Shout out to you, Rocco, because I would have never Googled that to see. Molly Man says, hey, OW, off topic, but could you do It's Sting in the To the Moon voice? Sure. It's Sting! There you go. That's my It's Sting. James says, if Christian stayed in WWE, it would have been so cool that if Edge won the Universal title at WrestleMania, he'd go out there and hug him. Oh, man. Someone posted on social media. It was really sad. It was like, this wasn't a hello. It was a goodbye. When Christian came out in the Royal Rumble and him and Edge hugged, that was cool. James says, do you really have merchandise? No, I don't have anything for sale right now. Nothing. I do want to make some stuff, but I don't know. Like, I don't really want to make just a basic AOW shirt. I mean, I guess I could because it's not the end of the world, but I want to make a really cool Keeper of Truth shirt. Like a really cool one. I have an idea. I'm not going to spoil it because I want to go, there's some really cool stuff that I have planned that I want to do when I do the face cam stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. But I do have the means to do them. I do have the means to create merchandise, shirts and stuff. Gotta mute this King. He's picking fights. King Alad, man, you gotta chill. You gotta chill. There's no need to pick fights with everyone. Wait. I didn't even see any of this. Yeah. King Aladdin, you gotta chill, bro. I know that you're new here. Okay. I know that you're new here. We're happy to have you here, but you gotta chill. All right. You gotta chill. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with people, but you gotta be respectful, and you can't don't at people all the time and don't harass people. Like, just chill. Just chill. We're all here to chat and hang out and be friends. And if people can't do that, then they either need to leave or I will make them, I guess. There you go. King Latin says, I'm sorry. Let's all get along. That's what it's all about, my friend. That's what it's all about. Flash says, AOW, I'm going to drop it here. Please enjoy the rest of the night. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Long live Maki Ito and BTE. And remember that Hangman fucks. He does. He does. So, yeah, we got to get along. We're family. The AOW family here. Just a big hug. Anthony says sell AOW merch at AOW merch shop. Yeah, I'll have like a AOW mart or something. Basili says usually sad stuff like this, but if you're going to be on neutral, you can leave. Yes, pretty much. Rated C says wasn't here yesterday, but man, Ethan Page is so cool. As you think Maki Ito will sign with AEW, that'd be really cool. If Maki Ito was able to sign with AEW, people love her, man. Absolutely love her. So that'd be cool. That'd be incredible. I'm really happy to see that she got that opportunity. I thought it was going to be Deonna Purrazzo, but this was probably the better choice because, like I said, everyone loves her so much. And yeah, I'm excited for Ethan Page as well. He'll be a great addition to them. Let's see here. Ryan Hunt says I want Lashley to have a lengthy reign, but I doubt it. I hope he has one. Let's see here. Matthew says want to know what stinks, how they treated Kairi Sane like a sacrificial lamb for the benefit of Big Oof. Just a thought. Yeah, poor Kairi Sane. After like her getting her head split open and everything, it was brutal. Anthony says I think Asuka's next opponent will be Royce. Thought on that? I mean, I don't really care at this point, to be honest with you. Who cares? Asuka's not even on my TV, so like, if they just want to put her in a random ass match with Peyton Royce for the title, like I don't even care anymore. Sure, just do it. Marcel says, did you see the BTE Maki Ito Dark Order segment? 10 out of 10. I did. I loved it. I posted it. Where they're like, oh, no one can replace Anna. Oh, we'll miss her forever. And then Maki Ito just comes through the door or knocks on the door and enters and says, surprise, motherfuckers, and flips everyone off. And like, they're just like jumping up and down like little girls. It's so funny. I love it. I love it so much. John says Raw has a good amount of talent, but dang, they don't know what the hell to do. I know, man. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. D&M Travel says the voice effects you've done are really cool, man. I was actually hoping you have one for Simp. I don't know. Let me see. I don't even remember what I have. Let me see. This is Echo. Number 2 is, oh, that's AOW Mart. That's right. Number 3 is, I don't know, a Simp? Simp. I don't know. That one's not good.
Simp? I don't know. This is like a weird chipmunky girl voice or something like that. I don't know. Simp?
Demon voice, this is not good for Simp, but it is such good shit.
6 is Megaphone. A Simp. Simp. I don't know. Maybe that one. Maybe that one works. I don't know. Rated C says Raw needs more women. Where the hell is Nikki Cross, Rhea Ripley? And they might need some call-ups. Hopefully the call-ups are good. I don't know, man. I don't know. Molly Man says AOW Mart, aka the Finding Philip voice. Yes. It's a good one. Matthew says, I think Vince just doesn't want foreigners on his TV carrying divisions. I just think that he doesn't believe they can connect to the audience. And it's a shame because look at NXT. I mean, look at Asuka. She carried through the pandemic. Like those early shows, I think that Asuka was trivial to helping with those just because her craziness. And we have no idea what she's doing, you know? Ryan says, I miss when the women's division was legit good. I feel like it's fallen off the last year or so. They've sacrificed the women's division for the tag titles. You know? They really did. They're trying so hard to make the women's tag team championships good and meaningful, and they're not able to do it, and they've sacrificed everything else for them as well. And I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to that. That's what I'm sticking to. Basili says, AOW, the soundboard reminds me of when DX messed with Vince's microphone. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that part where he's like,
It's not funny, Dad. It's not funny.
I love the soundboard, man. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. CM Punk says, Ric Flair woo. There you go. Ric Flair woo. Anthony says, Asuka really lost 4 teeth. That's why she's not on TV. That's crazy. I can't believe that. That kick was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Rafael says, you sound like an Animal Crossing character. Oh, God. Oh, my poor Animal Crossing island is probably filled with roaches. James says, sing an autotune. No, never. You will never hear me sing anything whatsoever. No way. John Cass says, Shane and Braun. Yeesh. That's when you know they really don't care about any younger stars if you didn't have enough proof already. Yeah, there has to be someone else that could fit that bill, right? You would think.
Dad, you people think this is funny?
There you go. Marcel says, you literally sing well. You literally sing well. That's different. Eddie Senna with a $1 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Always appreciated. Oh, speaking of super chats, I need to do the membership so bad. But that's something I want to talk with everyone about. I want to talk with everyone about that. Because there's some cool stuff that we can do with them, and I want to do that because I want to do watch alongs and all this other stuff too, and there's badges and emotes and like all sorts of stuff that I need to get set up. I really want to do it. But once again, man, Eddie, thank you. I appreciate you so much. So here's some woos for you. Some woos there for Eddie. And you know, I still need to fix the donation stuff. We need a good donation. I'll think about it. I'm sure there's some sort of good, maybe some Cameron Grimes like money thing for like a donation alert. You know, maybe the cool thing to do will be like, Eddie Senna is headed to the moon. There we go. Rated C says, AOW, were you just on acid? No. No. Harrison says, I can't buy membership. They're not up yet. I have to set them up. I gotta set them up. Marcel says, why can't I donate $1? I'm not sure. I've never done it before. I don't know how it works, to be honest with you. Super chat, $5. I can do one. 1 second. Oh, weird. So if you have to send more than $1 to have a message, and you can pin them to the top. Whoa, I didn't know this. Okay, so $1 super chat is just like a $1 donation. A $2 super chat, you can write a message in it. A $5 super chat, you can write a message in it, and it will stick to the top of the chat for 2 minutes. $10 super chat, I'll stick to the top for 5 minutes. Bro, what in the... A $500 super chat will be pinned to the top of the chat for 5 hours. Bro, who is sending a $500 super chat? Oh my God, that would be crazy. What in the world? Jesus Christ. Anthony says, hey, AOW, how that ding dong and damn and oof and maybe a drum roll. Oh, yeah. The drum roll. Yeah, we need the drum roll. That's a good one. That'd be so much better than me banging on my desk. I'm sure my fiance hates that when she's trying to sleep. John Cass, Mr. Beast. Yeah, there you go. The Mr. Beast super chat. Punk says you can put the Shane McMahon money on super chats. But that's copyright, man. That's copyright. I don't want WWE to come knocking on me door. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Matthew says the greatest era of Shane was when he was feuding with DX with his pops. I mean, Shane's good. Like, I still like that he does the matches and stuff, but it just doesn't really connect at this moment. I don't know. I'm over it, to be honest. Delight says, I missed Raw tonight. What did I miss? We'll talk about it in a second. We should actually probably talk about Raw because it's been an hour and 10 minutes. Marcel says the minimum I can send is $3. Really? What the hell are these? These Fall Guys stickers? No, that's not Fall Guys. They have stickers too? Huh, that's weird. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. That's weird. FQ says, I love your YouTube account and Instagram. Hope you have a bright future, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot, my friend. Ryan says people will say Becky's absence was the decline of the women's division, but it started to go downhill months prior to her pregnancy. I would agree. Punk says no small part. They don't give copyright money, dollar. Oh God, I could do it myself. Oh, there's your singing that you get. Oh my God, I would hate my life. James says, let me guess, you didn't watch Gold at 54. Neither did I. Nope, surely did not. Anthony says, how would you react if someone did a $500 super chat? I don't know, to be honest. I don't like, it's still like, it's hard for everything, you know? Like 500 would be crazy, but like, you know, even still for just like, if people donate like $1 or $2 or like $5 or something like that, like it's really cool that people do that, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I want them to know that I thank them and like, I appreciate them like so much for it. I don't know. It's just like a weird thing that I guess I have to get used to at some point. But it's super cool. And thank you for everyone that does it. Like, it means the world to me, you know, that people are just here to hang out and like bullshit with me. Like, I still think that that's super cool. Like, it's awesome. It's amazing. So like, I don't know. It's, I'm still trying to get used to all of this stuff, you know, if I'm being honest. FQ says, what will the WWE Championship picture be at WrestleMania? Probably Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, if I had to guess. James says, what if Dynamite and Dark were two separate brands? I'd be down for that. I would. Sing the Big Show's song in its entirety or refund? Never. But I'll give you a big well. All right? You ready for this? Well, there you go. That's the best I got. That's the best I can do. The best I can do. Thank you so much, Marcel. I greatly appreciate it, my friend. Always a pleasure to have you in the chat. CM Punk says, Marcel, the rich boy, he's got that dollars. Anthony says, what if Mr. Beast donated $10,000? Well, I love Mr. Beast, so that would be cool. I would love that. $10,000. You know what would be even crazier is that if someone donated $10,000, that would be extremely sad because YouTube would take $3,000 of it. Right off the top. Bam. Taking it all. YouTube, those guys. Taking all me money. Taking all me riches. Those bastards. Marcel says, I'm rich by sending those $1 donations US. Thank you, man. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you all. You and Eddie. You guys are the greatest. The greatest. I hope you enjoyed your well as well. I thought that was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. FQ says, should Finn drop that NXT title this week? Probably not. I'd have him drop it on a bigger stage. The NXT Stand and Deliver would probably be what I would do. James says, from what I heard, Revolution was such a holy shit show. It was not. It was good. The ending was bad. The ending was a holy shit show for sure, but the rest of it was good. Ryan says, have you ever thought about vlogging, like next time you go to a wrestling show or something? No, not really. No. Maybe like in the future or something, but I don't know. I like for my whole life I've never been like a camera person. So like I've never really been in pictures. Like I don't like people taking pictures of me. I think it's weird as hell. So like I guess it's cool that I'm doing it this way instead, so I can get used to this first. Because to being honest with you, like just sitting here and reading a chat and talking and trying to do all of this stuff, it's pretty difficult. Especially, you know, like I've never been a person that likes to do speeches, you know, throughout school. Like I never did my school speeches. I was like, my grades are so good that I'm like, I'll take the L on this one and I'll still have a good grade overall. So yeah, I just never did them. So like this is still like that same experience, you know. It tells you how many people are here and how many people you're talking to, so it's still like it's kind of weird, you know. So like I booted up the first one and there was like 100 and something people and it was like, holy shit, how am I gonna do this? And then, you know, like what was it, TLC? I think it was TLC. There was like 350 people here. And you know, like there's usually like somewhere between like 30 to 50 people here typically. So the chat is still pretty easy to read. But man, on TLC, like I couldn't even read it. I had to put it into slow mode. Like it was just pure chaos. Pure chaos. Punk says, AOW, how rich are you? I'm the richest man in the world. That's how rich I am. I live in a mansion. I drive 16 Teslas. I have 30 Teslas. I drive a new one every single day of the week. My riches are to the moon. That's right. No, but I do okay. I'm all right. I'm not rich by any means, but I do okay. I live. I get by. You know what I mean? Fortunate enough that I can just hang out and do this. You know what I mean? Owning my own business was like a huge turn. So it's cool. And I'm really good at saving. Not that that matters for anything, but I'm good at that. Obi James says, gonna call it a night. Have a good night. Thank you, man, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Jeremy says, so you basically don't like your face being out there? No, it's not necessarily that. It's just that, I don't know. I've just never been a fan of pictures. Like, I don't know. I'm not that type of person. Like for me, like I didn't go to school dances. I didn't even want to go to my graduation, to be honest with you. I don't know. Like I've just never been a type of person that likes spotlights or anything like that. And I don't know, just like posing for pictures is just kind of weird for me. Kind of weird. But I mean, I don't mind, but I don't know. The only thing that I think is going to be weird, it's like, so now like I'm just pretty much hanging out and chatting, but when I do buy the camera and stuff, I'm going to have to buy a lighting rig as well, because if I'm doing face cam, I'm telling you, we're doing it. Okay. We're doing it. Like you're not going to get some like 480p thing, you know, we're going 4K and I'm going to go all out. All right. We're going to have some nice lighting here. I'm going to look like you're facing me in real life. That's what's going to go on. The only thing that will be weird getting used to is that like I'll have to figure out a place to mount it to where like I can actually just like sit and chat to a monitor. Cause now typically what I do is I just sit back and I just kind of look at chat. And I can't put like a camera right there. So like, I don't know. It's going to be weird as hell. It's going to be weird as hell. Basili says, yeah, I got to call it a night because I have to work tomorrow and I'm closing every night this week except Wednesday. So see you guys on Wednesday. And Hangman Fucks, thank you, man. Basili, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you have a good rest of your night, and look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, my friend. Jeremy says, oh my God, I'm like that too. Yeah, I don't know. I like to just chill, you know? I'm always just about like just chilling. Ryan says, I like taking pics, but I hate presenting and public speaking. Yeah, me too. Like I'm always like really creative with things, but I'm not that type of person that like I would never want to be a famous actor or something like that. Like I was in bands for a while. In high school? I was in a bunch of bands and stuff like that, and we had performed in front of, I don't know, a couple hundred people, I would say, a couple times. And it took a long time to like get okay with it, like to be okay with it. Like it was really, really weird for me. Like even being in a band, there was like 4 other dudes. 3 other dudes. Yeah, 4 other dudes. Or no, 3 for the most part, because our singer was our guitarist. And you know, it always just felt like all eyes were on me. So I would just like always just get like so panicked. I'm just like, oh my God, there's like 500 people staring at me, even though like no one cares. So I've never liked that kind of stuff. D&M says, would you rather have Apollo be the new IC champion or Jey Uso? Probably Apollo, especially since Jimmy's supposed to come back soon. Delight says, man, fuck hangs. There you go. Miley Man says, did you watch the Heaven documentary on the WWE network? I have not. Jeremy says, how many people do you think will be here after Mania? I have no clue. Like, honestly, I'm surprised that even 30 people show up to hang out every time I boot this up. So I appreciate it. I don't know though. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to die on WrestleMania week, because we got a lot of shows. Lots of videos to be posted as well. It's going to be crazy. FQ says, I think Adam should win the NXT title because last year they were hyping Cross versus Cole, but Keith Lee won the NXT title, so I think Adam will win the title and then drop it to Cross in WrestleMania weekend. That would be interesting. Be very interesting. Okay, so all other things aside, we need to start talking about Raw here pretty quick. We're an hour and 20 minutes into the show, which is crazy. I always find it so funny that we just get here and just kind of end up just chatting and never really get to chatting about the shows. But I do feel bad for the person that might end up turning on this post show to watch it when it gets published and and not see any talk of the show about it. So I do want to get into it a little bit here. Let me get my stuff situated here. All right, so if you're here and you haven't already subscribed yet, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for that. Also, make sure to hit that like button. And as you all already know, super chats are open as well. So let's get into tonight's show. Marcel says, can we skip Raw? I would prefer just to run down with it for a little bit. Since we did skip, we completely just skipped SmackDown on Friday. It was hilarious. Did a 2-hour post show. No mention of SmackDown. Not at all. Ryan says the stream after Mania is going to take forever to jump into the show. What do you mean? Like the delay between it should be fine. Okay, so the beginning of Raw started off with Bobby Lashley and the rest of the Hurt Business showing up to the show, and I love this. I love this so much. It's always like one of the things that I love from back in the day was always seeing superstars arrive during the show. So, you know, you'd have like your, if Stone Cold wasn't starting off the show, you know, like 30 minutes into it, they'd have him pulling up, or The Rock and Vince McMahon would be getting out of a limo or something like that. I loved seeing those. So I really wish that they would do those more often. It's just one of those things from back in the day that I really, really, really enjoyed. And I'm going to say it, the black steel steps. I need those. I miss them. They look so much better. They look so much more menacing. They look so much more like brutal when you get hit with them. Those shiny silver ones don't look that crazy to me. Anthony says you should do something in your intro that if you don't sub, Humberto Carrillo will come for you. There you go. There you go. I can have some gimmick like that. That'd be pretty funny. DNM says I would just have Ali be a heel in the cruiserweight division with Retribution broken up and have him be the champ. Yeah, let's definitely have Retribution break up, please, for the love of God. I saw first says 5-minute Raw review will not cost anyone anything, especially if we gave 3 hours of a shit show. Yeah. It's crazy. I actually don't think that there's much to talk about. So I'm totally fine with just running through it and then just chilling for the rest of the time. Okay, so anyways, I really like this. I like seeing people arrive at the show. I think they should do it more often for their bigger names. Currently, you got the Hurt Business. You got Drew McIntyre. Sheamus is fine as well. Wouldn't mind seeing those people show up. AJ Styles would be a really good one as well. AJ Styles getting out of a limo with Omos or something would be great. The Miz cuts a promo here where he's just crying, saying that he doesn't take vacation and he never gets hurt, so he deserves to be the WWE champion. And that, if he said he has stomach cramps, he means he has stomach cramps and he shouldn't have to defend his title. Yada, 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 yada. I didn't like this promo from The Miz. I don't need to see it. I just wanted to see him get his ass beat. That was pretty much all I tuned in for. I really wanted to see this match just be a squash match, but it ended up not being quite that, but I didn't mind the directions that they went. Miz was able to get out of the way when Bobby was coming into the corner, so he speared the turnbuckle. He hit his head on the ring post on the outside, so stuff like that I didn't really mind. Jeremy says, do you think that was a real botch with the promo tonight or with the pyro? What are you referring to? I didn't see. I mean, I noticed that only 3 of the pillars were like on fire with the whole like cane thing during the Randy Orton segment, but that's the only thing that I noticed. So yeah, I'm not sure. You'll have to elaborate a little bit more on that one. But yeah, Bobby Lashley, of course, retains his WWE championship, so it's good. It's good. I'm not mad at all at the first 30 minutes here at all. King Aladdin, are you still not chilling? Am I gonna have to time you out or something? Is that what's going on? What are we talking about here? James says, good night. Please like this video or Gold will spear you. Yes. Oh, so you're talking about that. Yeah, so I'm not sure if that was a botch or not. I'm not sure. Not quite sure, but I did notice that. But I mean, I don't think it took away anything from that segment or anything. But James Wheeler, have a good night, my friend. It was good to see you as always. Swavey says, how was Raw? I wasn't able to watch it. It wasn't very good. It wasn't very good. There were a couple of decent matches, bad finishes, and overall the rest of the stuff was just uninteresting, or we've just seen it a million times already. So not important. Not important at all. Next up, Drew McIntyre was giving a promo backstage, and Sheamus ended up attacking him, beating the hell out of him. Went to commercial here. When it came back, Drew McIntyre was talking to Adam and Pierce, and he said that he wanted a no disqualification match against Sheamus tonight. So, ask and you shall receive. Adam and Pierce made it official. No DQ match between Drew McIntyre and Sheamus will take place tonight. And I was very surprised to not see this be the main event of the night. I really thought that it was going to be that. Anthony says, someone give Sheamus and Drew some clothes. Yes, please. Please. Like, Drew McIntyre's just standing in the back in his panties and his kilt just watching the show. Like, come on. Like, I understand that he's going to have a match next up, but like, they don't know this, right? We're supposed to believe that they don't know this match He just got attacked. This match just happened. These people should be in regular clothes. Come on. Please. Delight says, I knew they'd take a shot at the deathmatch ending. I don't think that's what that was. I don't think so. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Molly Man says Shane might as well be the GM of Raw if he's going to show up at every show. Yeah, no kidding. You know, why didn't he punish Adam and Pierce for showing up at NXT? Is that just going to be an NXT thing now? Is he going to be there this Wednesday as well? I don't know. Kind of weird. Delight says, okay, Drew, cool title reign. Now back to the mid card where you belong. I'm certain we're going to see Drew McIntyre get at least one shot at that WWE championship, if not more, especially with the way that WWE is going right now. I could definitely see them doing a lot more of Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre matches. Anthony says, just like Bobby Lashley tonight was in a suit, then into his gear. Yeah, I mean, although to touch on that, they did say that this was earlier. So this was earlier on in the day, but yes, same deal. Okay, so after that was announced here, Braun Strowman came out and demanded an apology from Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon comes out, gets in the ring, gets in the face of Braun Strowman and says, I apologize. And then he just dips out and leaves. So I'm like, okay. He kind of stops at the top of the ramp, looks back like he's going to say something and ends up, nah, he doesn't. So he just goes in the back. Next up, we have the no disqualification match between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And I thought this match was great. I liked it. It was good. Let's see if there's match times up here yet. I think it was probably about 20 minutes or so. They are not up. But it was a really good match. I liked it. They were beating the hell out of each other. Both of them picked up the top of the steel steps and they ran towards each other to hit each other with them. And the steel steps hit each other and in turn hit them with themselves. They each hit themselves in the head with their stairs, I guess, is what happened. This knocked them down completely. Sheamus was ringside, and this actually blasted Drew McIntyre over the barricade and into the Thunderdome LED board area. Ref went to check on both of them to see if they can continue, and neither one of them responded, so he called this one a no contest. No contest. I'm acting strange? Me? How? Oh, okay, never mind. King, just relax, bro. Like, I don't know why you're telling people that they're being weird. I don't get it. This will be the final warning, and then I'm going to time you out from chatting. DNM says, what was Shane talking about when he was in the stage? He's been saying he was the word stupid like 18 times. So the whole thing is to say, like, Braun big, Braun dumb, and stupid. That's the whole thing. And the whole thing behind this is to get Braun Strowman over as a babyface and Shane over as the heel. That's why he kept calling him stupid in different ways like that. So, yeah. I don't know. It didn't connect with me whatsoever. Rocco says, I forgot to ask, but did you buy any of the Yeezys that came out? I copped the Ash Blues. No, I did not, actually. I have no interest in them. I didn't really like them because I have I have 2 pairs of the Israfils, and those seem like almost the same to me. Now that I've actually seen them, I haven't seen them in person, but I've seen people post them. They seem to be a little bit more bluish, I guess. Let me see. But yeah, no, I didn't get those ones. And why is this easy supply? But yeah, no, I didn't get those ones. And then the 450s came out as well. And they're ugly as hell, but they're kind of cool at the same time. And then at the same time, I kind of wanted to buy them just to resell them, but I don't know. I don't know. The next ones I'm going to buy are the Ash Pearls. Ash Pearls. They're kind of like purpley and then like the white and gold. March 20th. March 20th. Rocco says, yeah, I saw someone with the Ash Blues in person and they looked way better, but I'm not into the 450s. Yeah, they're a little much, man. They're a little much. And I don't like any of the mono ones. I don't like those. Those seem like fake ones to me. Like, you know, you'd order them offline and that's what would show up. Like, I don't know. Hopefully they do some more cool colorways though. But I still have a bunch I need to offload. I have 3 of the I have 3 breads that I need to sell, and I have an extra Israfil that I need to sell too. DNM said, oh yeah, you guys are talking. Bob says, I hated Shane since his horrible run in 2019 where he's on every show. Yeah, that was the worst. The absolute worst. But anyways, back to this match here. I thought that this was a very weird way to end this, like a no contest. Like, I get the thing of like them beating the hell out of each other so they couldn't go any further. I get that. Does that necessarily work in a no disqualification match? I mean, maybe, I guess, but I don't know. It didn't connect with me, and I really didn't like it. I don't think that Drew McIntyre and Sheamus should be fighting each other on free TV. Put them on a pay-per-view and find some other unique way to continue this feud and carry it into Fastlane. It's easy. Like I said, we talked about this very briefly at the beginning of the show. All they had to do tonight, Drew McIntyre standing there, giving his promo about how he's going to come for the WWE Championship, about how he's the one that beat Brock Lesnar, and on the same night he beat Will. It's the Big Show in the main event of WrestleMania to become the WWE Champion. And then from behind, Sheamus could beat the hell out of Drew McIntyre just like he did. But then Sheamus says, peace. I'm going home for the night. I don't have a booked match. So now Drew McIntyre's pissed off and he has no one to take his anger out on. So they put him in a match with someone in the mid card, and he beats the hell out of him for 4, 5, 6 minutes. Sends a message to Sheamus. Next week, maybe they have a contract signing, or they're trying to get a match together at Fastlane. Sheamus says, no. Drew McIntyre wants him to come out there, and he says, no, you can't touch me. Can't touch me. Then they sign a contract for a match. Something happens, yada, yada, yada. Like, there's a million different ways that you could go about this. You do not have to have them fight every single time. What are they going to do next week? Fight again? And then they're going to make the huge match for the pay-per-view. And it's just going to be the same match. But then, it's going to be a last man standing, something like that. Last man standing. Iron Man match. I don't know. But it's like, it's not as interesting. It's not as important when we've already seen them 4 times. That's all I'm trying to get at with all of this. Leroy says Monday Night Raw is basically the black sheep of WWE. Yeah. Anthony Torres says, just like Phillip, talks about Carlito and Nexus and then leaves. Exactly. Sheamus needs to take a page out of Phillip's book. 100%. 100%. Molly Man says, good night, AW. I will see you tomorrow for the Wednesday Night War. Until then, have fun with the rest of Raw post show. I'll listen when I wake up. Thank you, man. Thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Always a pleasure to have you here. Bob says Sheamus versus Drew, last man standing at Fastlane. I could definitely see last man standing or like an Iron Man match or just something crazy. Sure. Rocco says, yeah, I might cop some 450s to resell and cop the Pearl or the Mono. So there's 4 different monos. There's the Mono Ice, which is the blue one. And then they're doing Cinder, Clays, and some other like brownish looking one or something like that. Oh my God, what was I going to look up? There was something that I picked my phone up to look something up and I can't remember now. Damn it. I saw first that Shane having a match at WrestleMania versus Braun is selfish, knocking other talents from participating at Mania when the match has nothing that will benefit Shane or Braun. Yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree. What is Braun Strowman going to get out of beating Shane McMahon? Sure, he can throw him around and do some crazy stuff with him, but other than that, not so much. Not so much. Rocket says I'm in love with the ice. It'll be interesting, you know, like I don't really like them on camera, in pictures, but I swear, like, the mock-ups of Yeezys never look like what they look like in pictures, and then what they look like in pictures almost never look like what they look like in person. Like the naturals, they look kind of like a weird, kind of gross piss brownish color, but when you actually have them in person, the white stitching on them has like gold in them, and then it's kind of more like a goldish color, and they're reflective. It's so weird. So maybe they'll actually look good in person. I don't know. Swayze says, so did Drew just forget about Lashley attack on him? No, so he was talking about that attack before, but Sheamus attacked him while he was trying to do that. Raphael says, unless Shane does a crazy dive off the pirate ship or something, I don't want it. I mean, yeah, but Kevin Owens says he wants to jump off that. But is Kevin Owens going to have something to do at WrestleMania? At this point, who knows? Eddie says an Iron Man match between Drew and Sheamus at Fastlane would be fine, but a normal match would be a waste of time for a pay-per-view. Yeah, they're going to need something to hype up Fastlane. I'm not sure if that's a Brock Lesnar appearance or something like that. I don't know. JBOJ says, we haven't seen much of Kevin Owens since Elimination Chamber. You're right. We haven't. I saw first says my Carmine bleed out their red color on my midsoles after 2 weeks. Sent them back to Foot Locker for a refund. So pissed. Is that a Jordan? Is that a Jordan? Nike Carmine 6s, Air Jordan 6s. Oh, I like those. Those are nice. They bled their red color on the midsoles. Man, that would piss me off. That would really piss me off. These are some nice looking shoes though. I only have Yeezys. That's pretty much all I buy. For no specific reason. I just like them. They're really comfortable, but I do have a pair of like 2 Air Max Nike Air Maxes, like the older ones. And then I have like a pair of Jordans that have like crazy colors, but I don't really ever wear them. And then I have like these daily drivers. They're just like the NMDs, the R1s or whatever. I have them in all the colors. I don't have the green ones though. I got red, blue, black, and white, and white, regular white. Joshua says, quick question, because someone on IG is trying to debate me, saying Sasha, Bailey, and the Kabuki Warriors carried the PC era. And then I remembered Sasha versus Asuka for the title. Who do you think carried the PC era? For me, I would say that Asuka, Zelina, Andrade, and Angel Garza, and maybe Austin Theory, and that as well. And Drew McIntyre did good as well. Joe says AEW just got off a little late. Thank you, man. Glad to see you here. Hope you had a good night. We're kind of running through this pretty quick. I got about 20 minutes left here, and then I have to do I have to fix a voiceover and do some video editing after this. Delight says, yes sir, 3-stripe life. You know, I was always a Nike person, and I tried to get Nike employee passes forever. Could never get them, ever. And then my mom got me an Adidas employee store pass, and I went there and I just bought all their stuff. I was like, if I can't go to Nike, then I'm just going to get Adidas. And since I signed up for the Adidas thing, I'm like, it's like the Creators Club or whatever. Every time you buy stuff, you like rank up, and I'm almost in the like final tier one. So they give you like exclusive stuffs, and you get access to the employee store whenever you want. So it's like, hey, fuck y'all over there at Nike then if you're not gonna let me in the employee store. I'm just gonna go to Adidas. And then I found out that Yeezys weren't always like $1,600, so I started buying those too, because I really want those gray and orange ones, I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head, but I want those really bad. Jeremy says, remembering the trio better. Austin Theory, Andrade, and Angel Garza. Yes, and Zelina Vega. Los. Anthony says, is this a Raw review show or a shoe review show? This is a whatever we decide to talk about show, I guess, to be honest. Okay, so where are we at here? I saw first that should the Hurt Business add a female like Naomi? I think that's going for Naomi. Yes, 100% they should. Yes. So anyways, after this match here, they show a rundown of what's been going on between The Fiend, Randy Orton, and Alexa Bliss. After that, they cut to AJ Styles, and they're like, that's it. And he starts talking crap about Randy Orton. Randy Orton comes in and says like, oh, I'm going to teach you a lesson, blah, 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 blah. How is it WrestleMania season? How are we on the road to WrestleMania? And AJ Styles is directionless at the moment. AJ Styles and Omos, they weren't even on the show last week. And now they're having a match with Randy Orton tonight. Filler. No direction for AJ Styles. Sure, I guess maybe if the plan is AJ Styles versus Triple H, they don't really need much of a build to it. It's not like Triple H is going to come back and wrestle a bunch of matches. It'll just somehow, some way happen if he ever comes out. Okay, all right. Seeing this is just annoying as hell. King Aladdin. I don't know why, like, if you just can't get along with people, just don't talk to them. Just chill. So you're timed out for like 300 seconds or something. That the last one was the final warning. So you'll be able to chat in 300 seconds, and then if you can control yourself, you'll be fine. If not, afterwards, I'll just do it again. We gotta chill. Joshua says only a month to go until Mania. Yes. Not much longer, man. It's crazy. It doesn't feel like WrestleMania season at all, like whatsoever. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. This was the start of the show where they said a WrestleMania caliber match 400,000 times after this. Absolutely crazy. I saw first says AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels at Mania, with AJ having his guy and Michael having Big Daddy Cool. There you go. After this, WWE announced that next week on Raw, the Hurt Business would be defending their Raw Tag Team Championships against the New Day. Joshua says time is going fast. We got 15 minutes. 15 minutes to wrap this up, but there's really not that much to talk about. Why are the New Day getting a shot at the Raw Tag Team Championships? They could have at least saved this announcement until this stupid WWE Monday must be Monday thing that they did here. So they announced this match, and then Shelton Benjamin had a match with Xavier Woods. Shelton Benjamin was talking trash, and while he did it, Xavier Woods got him while he was distracted and won the match. So I guess you could have made the argument there that they earned it in WWE fashion, but not for me. Although I was very happy to not see the New Day taking on Retribution. And then I forgot they were working a program with Matt Riddle. I was like, man, God damn it. God damn it. Raphael says, I've never been less excited about WWE, and this is Mania season. Honestly, if Mania isn't good, I might stop watching WWE for a little while. I don't blame you. Man. Jeremy says, same old stuff every week. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'm just ready to move on to some new stuff. And you know, like, they finally do move on in some... Wait, what? Is that guy chatting? Because I can't see him. I don't know. Weird. But yeah, I don't know. They change things up, but they just continue to do those over and over. They don't just, they need to constantly change things. Please. Eddie says another match is apparently announced. Riddle will defend his United States Championship against Ali, and it should be a pay-per-view match. Yeah, it's weird. So next week on Raw, we have the Hurt Business and the New Day for the Raw Tag Team Championships. We also have Riddle and Ali for the United States Championship, and that's 1 week before Fastlane. Why wouldn't they just stretch those out? Like they could have had Cedric Alexander and Kofi next week on Raw, do the singles matches, and then have the Tag Team Championship at Fastlane. Of course, I mean, I hate to say it, but it would have been better than this. They could have had Matt Riddle take on like T-Bar or Mace or something like that and saved Ali for Fastlane too. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird to put him on there. So it kind of makes me think that they won't have decisive finishes and they'll probably just run him back. That would be my guess. So after this, when Matt Riddle was coming to the ring, they announced that NXT General Manager William Regal will make 2 game-changing announcements this Wednesday on NXT. Not just 1, but 2 game-changing announcements on NXT this week. So I think that I might know, or I might kind of have a feel for what they're doing. So I said NXT will be moving to Tuesday nights, and they'll be introducing the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. That's one option that I think it could be. The other one would be NXT moves to Tuesdays, and NXT TakeOver will also be too big for one night during WrestleMania week, meaning that the NXT on Wednesday for WrestleMania week would actually be night 1 of an NXT TakeOver, and then Thursday would be night 2 of NXT TakeOver. And you know what? It would kind of, hear me out on this. The title for NXT TakeOver during WrestleMania week is Stand and Deliver. What if that's not one show? You could break them up. Okay, I'm just gonna ban this guy. I don't know. There you go. So what if Stand and Deliver isn't one show, but what if it's 2? What if NXT TakeOver on Wednesday is NXT TakeOver Stand, and then Thursday, NXT TakeOver Deliver? Be very interesting. Yeah, I don't understand. Marcelo says women's tag titles 2-day takeover or move to Tuesday. Yeah, so we're pretty much on the same page here. Same page. I saw first says New Day will be champs before Mania. I believe that is where WWE is counting on. So who would they face? Would they unify the titles at Mania, or would they run it back against the Hurt Business or something? So my only thing is that I don't feel like we've heard the rumor that NXT is getting women's tag team championships. Is that necessarily a game changer? I don't really feel like that's a game changer. If anything, it's dumb as hell. But game changer, I don't know. Like, changing nights is huge. Having a 2-night NXT takeover is also pretty huge. I don't know. Jeremy says, wait, but NXT doesn't need 2 nights. They might. If an NXT takeover show is 3 hours long, maybe they have an hour and a half on USA Network, and then they have the other hour and a half on the WWE Network the following Thursday. Or, maybe they just have it on Peacock, and that's how they funnel people over as well. I don't know. It will be interesting, and I will let you guys know as soon as it happens. Anyways, next up after this was Matt Riddle taking on Slapnuts. And, of course, Matt Riddle gets the win. Thank God. I hope that Retribution is done with. After Slapnuts lost the match, Ali was yelling at him outside of the ring. So hopefully they keep teasing this about him being pissed off at all of them. So hopefully They just implode and they attack him, and it's all over. Please, for the love of God. Oh. I saw it first as best bet is New Day versus Hurt Business in a ladder match. All participants are high flyers. I'm totally down for that. Anthony says, how long has Cedric and Shelton been tag champs? Let's find out. Joshua says, I feel WWE is so pathetic that 2 years ago they announced tag titles for the women for all brand competitors, and 2 years later they realized, oh shit, NXT women barely compete for them. Let's make new ones. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the last thing that they really need. More titles in WWE is not what I would look for, to be honest. Titles. They have been tag team champions for 79 days. 79 days and counting. They won them on December 20th. December 20th. Next up was another terrible, god-awful segment. Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman. This was the one where he was just like, Braun, you are stupid. Like, bro, get this fucking guy off of my TV immediately, because I do not want to listen to this dude breathe into a microphone for 6 minutes. Come on, like, you've been in the business for 30 years. You don't know how to hold a microphone. You don't know how to not breathe down into it. Like, come on. Raphael says, I hate to be that guy, but AEW literally has 20 plus tag teams on their roster while Raw and SmackDown combined have 6. It's crazy. I can't believe that they essentially did a tag team Royal Rumble and then had tag team matches on the card as well. Insane. Bro says, it would be cool if they announced a women's mid-card title in NXT, but I don't want them to announce tag champs. I think I could get by with a mid-card title. I think I could live with that. I wouldn't mind that at all. In NXT for the women. That'd be good. But yeah, tag titles, I'm not. No. I'm not feeling it. Jamie says, facts, the breathing was hard. Yeah, like, I don't get it. Marcel says, this segment, literally people said it was worse than the explosion because it was even funny. Yeah, this was the worst thing that I've seen in a while. The worst. I hated it. And I don't think that this is going to do what they want. You can think the world isn't so black and white. If two people are feuding, you can hate both of them. You don't have to like one and hate the other one. This did nothing for Braun Strowman. This only made me realize how much, like, it made me, like, it gave me PTSD from how much I remember, like, hating Shane McMahon being on my TV all the time. That was so annoying. And it's not even good heel work. It's just like, get the hell off of my TV and never come back, please. Because it's so bad. Just go away forever. Anthony says, maybe if Braun's gimmick or booking was good, maybe the feud with Shane and Braun would be kind of good. Yeah, like I said, they need to do something with Braun. Something. The generic monster big guy thing, it's not working. Whatever they're doing right now is not working. Braun Strowman has been an afterthought since, 2009, 2018, or whatever. Like, he needs completely reworked. And his time off of TV was not enough to save him whatsoever. They need to go back to the drawing board. Anthony says it's the haircut. The haircut is wild. Marcel says there was one guy that said he was just trolling him. It's not good on national TV. It's not good. I saw first says Kingston was Captain America and Moxley was the grenade. There you go. Gar says Shane and Braun would have been good about 4 years ago, but not in 2021. And not on WrestleMania. Like, why? Why not, like, okay, like, if you want to have Braun and Shane McMahon, do it at Fastlane. Why would you save that match for WrestleMania? Come on. No way. No way. Joshua says, where's Keith Lee? I have no idea, man. No idea. Jeremy says, I feel like because they have no live fans, they're using that as an excuse to have bad shows. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I feel like they don't care because since considering that they control the narrative. Did you see how loud those Shayna Mac chants were? Absolutely insane. It was so loud and so unrealistic. It's like, oh my God. They have to, I would be shaking if I was WWE for when fans come back. I think they'll be able to suffice at WrestleMania because people will be excited to be there and it's just WrestleMania. But when fans start turning up at WWE shows, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get really ugly. People do not want to see these shows, and their product has been on a steady decline for quite a while, if I'm being honest. Marcel says, I really want Impact to troll AEW over it and get revenge on those paid ads. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. I'm hoping that now that this Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley feud is hopefully over, I would assume after all of this, I think it's time to have Kenny Omega start trying to collect some world titles because that's all just been an afterthought recently. Kind of weird how they just went off of that, but give me that Rich Swann versus Kenny Omega match. Maybe they're waiting for Rich Swann to beat Moose and take the title. I don't know, but I'm ready to get to that point where Kenny's taking the title. I would love to see that. Rocco says exactly, and they have limited places to go, so they're not only being even close to selling out every show. Yes. Vanch, how you doing, my friend? Always good to see you. Marcel says Omega versus Swan at Rebellion confirmed April 24th. So not too much longer. Not too much longer. I saw first says, can you imagine if WWE kept Braun as a monster and have him go up against Lashley and Drew in a triple threat? Yeah, it might actually be interesting at that point. Okay, I'm down for that. That'll be huge. Omega taking the title off of Swan will be huge. Or titles off of Swan would be crazy. Eddie says, by the way, they are booking Braun and Shane. I literally rather see the match at Fastlane instead of WrestleMania after Shane breathing so damn loud. Yeah, I mean, if they wanted everyone to hate him, I think they did a good job at it. But I don't think that affects Braun Strowman whatsoever. Shane being annoying and wasting 6 minutes of my life breathing into the microphone doesn't make Braun Strowman a likable character in my book. So I don't quite get where they're going with all of this. And calling him stupid, it's just a childhood insult. Although I will say that I thought it was pretty funny that Shane McMahon ran away, Braun Strowman followed him, and Shane it made it seem like he got into the car. So when Braun got there, he thought he went in the car and the car left and then headed that way. But Shane walks by afterwards and he didn't and just waves bye to him. I thought that was pretty funny. Joshua says, remember when Braun played Batman and dropped a giant metal set on Brock with a grapple hook? That was crazy. Rocco says, this belt collector and stuff isn't really grabbing my attention. I don't know if it's because I just want Hangman to take the title off Omega. I would probably say it's because they haven't really done much with it. They had Kenny over there and they kind of teased some things and they had that match, but they never really went anywhere with it afterwards. So I'm assuming that they're going to start doing that here pretty soon now that this whole Jon Moxley stuff is closed. No Hack says, hey OW, I'm pretty late, but what's going on? How are you doing, my friend? Always a pleasure to see you. We're just kind of quickly running through the rest of the show here. We only have two more things because it's over 2 hours. Over 2 hours right now. But yeah, glad you could catch the ending here. So next up, we had Big Oof and Shayna Baszler defending their WWE Women's Tag Team Championships against Lana and Naomi. But guess what? Huge surprise. The wild card rule will never die, baby. It is immortal. SmackDown's Reginald came over here with Big Oof and Shayna Baszler. Looks like he's a member of the team now. Reginald wasn't able to cut it with Carmella. Couldn't get by with Sasha Banks. But now he's got Big Oof by his side and Shayna Baszler. He is headed to the moon. No Hack says donates $4.99 super chat, says I've always wanted to donate to you, so take my money. Thank you, man. I greatly appreciate it. It means the world to me. Thank you so much, man. Like I said, glad to have you on the show as well. So here's some woos. Some woos for No Hacks for the super chat. Thank you again, my friend. And like I was saying earlier, I got to come up with something better. For the donations. I'll figure it out. And then we have memberships now as well. And maybe I'll try to make some posts about the memberships as well. And we could try to figure that out, because I think those will be great. I'm very excited for those. I've wanted those for so long. And it says that you can't have them until you have 30,000 subscribers. But I have them. So thanks, YouTube. Thank you. Anthony says, I like Braun when he was also feuding with Kane and got his wind pit crushed. Oh, yeah. I see. Joshua says Ted DiBiase's theme. Yeah, but that's copywritten. Copywritten, man. Can't do it. D&M says the parking lot scene with Braun, Shane, and the car was like JR, Stone Cold, and Rikishi in SmackDown 2000. I don't know if you guys remember that. I faintly do. Bro says LMAO. Now that you mentioned the wild card rule, imagine if Regal's announcement is that NXT will have a wild card rule. Oh God. Once a quarter, they can go to whatever show they want, as long as they're invited. Oh, the brand to brand invitational was such a shitty way to dress up the wild card rule. It was so unnecessary. It's funny though. It's funny. Let's see here. Okay. So yeah, this match happened, and Nia Jax did her like power bomb into a choke slam type deal and ended up kind of just washing Lana here. And that's that. We waited a month for Lana and Naomi to have this match, and they just kind of, it didn't go very well for them. I think this match was somewhere around 8 minutes long. It was the only women's match to be featured on Monday Night Raw tonight, which is interesting considering it's a 3-hour show. It is like National Women's Day as well. So just having an 8-minute match kind of seems insulting, if you ask me. But hey, what do I know? Next up, we had our main event match, which was Randy Orton taking on AJ Styles. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but this match was a WrestleMania caliber match. 100%. Oh, God, Tom Phillips, man. Come on. You're killing me. Absolutely killing me. This was an okay match, but of course, I think we all knew what was going to happen. Alexa Bliss interrupted the match on the Titantron here. She's still sitting on the pentagram here, doing the what are those things? Are they called Jack in the Box? Is that what those things are called? Jack in the Box toy? What the hell are those things called? Circus Clown Jack in the Box. Okay, yeah, I think they are called Jack in the Box. Yeah, Jack in the Box toy. Okay, so she had a Jack in the Box. She wound it up. It did not open, and she said, not yet. Not yet. So the Fiend is due to return at some point, sometime soon. The sooner the better, like I was saying earlier, because I think this stuff has really, really gone over what it should have. It's really overstayed its welcome. And I'm like a huge Fiend fanboy. So for me to be over this stuff, I feel like it's kind of overstayed its welcome. Like a lot. So after she interrupted that, she grabbed a match, struck it and lit it, and then blew it out. And after she did that, we got the whole like Kane pyro. So Randy Orton was standing in the ring, and the 4 posts went up in flames here. Scared Randy, and then after that happened, he was choking on the black liquid again. So he was spitting out the black liquid, coughing it up, and AJ Styles with the ultimate heel move. Randy Orton's like dying, okay? He's being like possessed by Alexa Bliss and the Fiend, and he's going through all these problems. AJ Styles don't care. He's a dream killer. So, of course, naturally what he does is he jumps up and hits him with a phenomenal forearm and then beats Randy Orton 1, 2, 3 in the ring. Good to see AJ Styles still very, very protected, but directionless at this point. After that, Alexa Bliss was just laughing. She thought this was funny stuff. And that is how the show went off the air tonight. same old kind of stuff here going on. I'm ready for The Fiend to come back. I really hope that he comes back at Fastlane. I hope. That'll be, what, another week? So we'll have... Oh, no, that'll be... Yeah. Oh, no, a week from Sunday. So, yeah, we'll still have another Raw and then another week. And then that's kind of brutal. But, yeah, I mean, The Fiend needs to either return on the next episode of Monday Night Raw or Fastlane. Like, there's no... I mean, they don't need to, like, debut his new stuff, but he needs to, like, make a presence felt. Like, we need to know that he's there. Maybe him standing up or walking around with, like he's just completely blacked out, but we can see the outline of Bray Wyatt or something. Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt is totally fine to come back as well. And if they do that, have Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt come back and just be like, you are not gonna like what you see. You pissed him off, burning him alive. You tried to kill him. And he's not happy. He's not happy, Randy. Save the debut of, I swear to God, they better have a new Fiend mask. They better have a new presentation of the Fiend. If they're taking him off of TV for this long, they better have something new. Save it for WrestleMania. Have that entrance. You have fans there. The Fiend's returning. New mask. New kind of gimmick setup. Whatever it is. That's the way to go. That's the way to rejuvenate all of this. And then end it. End it. No more Fiend and Randy Orton. Period. No more Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. It's done. Do not put Bray Wyatt or The Fiend in any sort of weird, gimmicky, long-ass feuds that are irrelevant. Short stories that actually tell a story that have connections with Bray Wyatt. That's what I want to see. No titles. No titles whatsoever. Jeremy says, do you have a favorite YouTuber? Kind of, I guess. Yeah, I like H2O Delirious. I like PewDiePie. I like Linus Tech Tips. I watch all of those as well. Dankops and CM Pulse for wrestling stuff. And I like Ryukar as well, because I like Super Mario Maker too. So I watch a lot of those. So H2O Delirious, Linus Tech Tips, PewDiePie, Dankops, CM Pulse, Ryukar. That's my list right there. And he says, in a black ink bath, yes. Master Flex says, I think Monday Night Raw ratings is not going anywhere because it's just awful. There's no good storyline and same old shit for real. Yeah, I think that their ratings will pretty much hold up from last week, if I had to guess. The show was paced pretty well, so I would assume that they held on to their viewership through most of the show, if I had to guess. We'll find out tomorrow. I don't think there's anything holding back the ratings, so we should have them around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. DNM says, I would have Drew versus Sheamus feud all the way to WrestleMania. I love Drew, but it's time to move on. Although we're lucky it's the Thunderdome because he would have been booed. Could very well be true. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of people have turned on Drew McIntyre. I still think he's great. I still like him, but I've seen a lot of people turn on him, say that he's boring and stuff like that. And I disagree. I disagree with that. I think he's still great. But I do agree that it's time to move on. And if we can get Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, please do it. Singles match. Don't include Drew McIntyre in it, please. We want the dream match. We want Bobby Lashley and we want Brock Lesnar one-on-one for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That would be a huge, huge win for Bobby Lashley. That would rule. That would rule. Bro says maybe his return is Fastlane and his first match back is Mania. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Jeremy says, I remember his debut against Finn at SummerSlam. It was great. It was beautiful. It was so good, man. I loved it. I loved it. I saw first as the black liquid is Orton's stomach blowing up on AEW Surprise. Oh, God. DNM says, after the feud, I would hope that Randy Orton would never turn face again. That time where he did a concerto to Edge will always be there, and also Orton's better as a heel. He is the heel right now, technically, isn't he? Or that's what everyone says. They always say that Alexa Bliss and The Fiend are supposed to be the faces here. But I'm not quite sure if that's ever come across correctly to me. I don't know. Raphael says, I was actually there live for that debut. I am so jealous. So jealous. I would love to see The Fiend live. Oh, yes. So good. No Hack says, I think it's just heel versus heel. Yeah, I guess you could do that. Yeah. You could be right. Heel versus heel. Anthony says, who should The Fiend feud with next? I have no clue, man. Just make it story driven. Someone that did Bray Wyatt wrong at some point in his career. I'm down for that. I would love to see it. Van says, you think they can fit that explosion into some storyline? So they already kind of are, if you're referring to AEW, which I'm assuming you are. John Moxley is blaming Kenny Omega for being a bad engineer. He said that he doesn't know how to explode a ring for shit, and that he's seen more dangerous things on Ridiculousness on MTV. During the media scrum, Tony Khan also said that Kenny Omega is the one that built the ring, and that is why it didn't work. So they're kind of playing off that. I would assume they'll continue that on Wednesday. But it's just kind of weird because I felt like this was a way to write off John Moxley. But that's not the case with what happened. So we'll see. Anthony says, I was there when it was The Fiend versus Seth. Oh my God. Oh man. That would have been epic. Like, that would have just been so crazy to see that in real life as well. Like, that crowd. Man. I saw first says, good night, folks. 1:30 a.m. here in New York City. Catch you Wednesday night. Thank you for a great show. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we need to wrap this up here. We're about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Van says, yep, but Eddie sold it, so it will be kind of confusing. Yeah, I mean, it's really confusing, like, especially when you consider that John Moxley is the one that went through the match, got his ass beat, went through the same explosion that Eddie Kingston did, and John Moxley was able to give a promo, stand up, and fall back down, but the Eddie Kingston was just kind of like passed out the whole time during it. Like, it didn't make sense. I guess you could make the argument that, like, since he was laying on top of him, he took the brute force of nothing that happened. I don't know. Joshua says, I was there for Backlash, Roman versus Joe, if we're talking crowds. Crazy. Man, I miss Samoa Joe so much. So much. Bro says Eddie was still knocked out while Moxley was cutting a promo on how shit it was. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand how they're going to try to get through that. It's crazy. Leroy says the only person that The Fiend could feud with is Roman Reigns. Well, Roman Reigns is on SmackDown, though. And I would not pit The Fiend against Roman Reigns. You're asking for trouble on that one. Asking for trouble. Raphael says it's... I got a yawn. Raphael says it sucks. It just sucks so much that the botch had to happen because that moment between Kingston and Moxley was so epic. It was. It was really good storytelling, and yeah, it's probably ruined. But I don't know. Maybe they can recover on Wednesday. They have a couple days to kind of figure it out. So hopefully they're able to do so. Anthony says, I'm hoping Roman is next to face The Fiend, but no title. They had a feud back then. Yeah. Jamie says, getting a bit late where I am. Yes. Yeah, it's 10:30 for me, and I still got a couple other things to do. But thankfully, I do not have to get up early. I'm sleeping all day tomorrow, man. Barbara says, I guess The Fiend could feud with AJ since he was talking about how silly all the magic stuff was. True. There you go. That's good. I hadn't considered that. Yeah, you could do have The Fiend finish off Randy Orton and then come for AJ Styles. Sure. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me tonight. It's been 2 hours and 17 minutes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for the super chats as well. I can't thank you guys enough for that. No Hacks, Marcel, and Eddie, thank you guys so much. Some moves for you as well before we get out of here. Thank you guys so much. It's been a blast hanging out. Van says there is a superstar shakeup. Get AJ and Jeff back to SmackDown where they were in great storylines. Sure, man. Sure. John says, good night, OW. You are the man. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. It means the world to me, honestly. Thank you guys for coming and just hanging out as well. It's so great. Leroy says, see you Wednesday. Eddie with another $1 super chat, man. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Too kind to me, my friend. Thank you so much. No Hack says, sorry, I missed most of the show. Good night. No worries, man. Thank you for tuning in. I always greatly appreciate it. I always try to keep them around 2 hours, but thank you guys so much. As always, I will see you here on Wednesday for the AEW Dynamite post show. There will be lots to talk about, fallout from the pay-per-view, and also 2 huge announcements for NXT. So again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of it. The chats, hanging out, the super chats, the likes, the subscriptions. Thank you guys so much. I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a good rest of your night. Peace.